once again, and you have been pulled into the black dimension. I am Kev, Donnie and Rogers here as well, and we are here to discuss the Disney Plus series What If Episode 5. Is basically their take on the zombie virus. Um, yeah, as I've stated in the past, What If is just basically it was first introduced as a comic book series to introduce different possibilities of, what if the heroes had taken a different path in certain storylines. Now, this particular What If is an animated series that take is a different take on the events of the MCU, and this particular What If alters the events of Avengers: Infinity War, which was very interesting. So, what's going on, fellas?
What's happening, Captain?
What's
Yeah,
going on, Kev? How you doing? Peace to the chat, peace to the panel. How y'all living?
yeah. we we are doing just that. We are living. Yeah. I would say this was a pretty good, likable episode. Maybe not the best out of the what ifs, but definitely unusual one indeed. It kind of like reminded me of how some of the what if comics go. Sometimes just people dying, lots of death and everything. And this one right here was no different. Starts when Banner crashes to Earth, and that's pretty much how the only similarity between this and Infinity War. Yeah, this episode also signifies Hank Pym once again adversely affecting a possibility in within this what if within these what if series. The first one, of course, was he pretty much murdered the strongest Avengers. It's like wow, like vicious. And and in this episode, it was depicted as he went to the quantum realm, but instead of bringing back, he brought back Janet Pym, but Janet Pym had somehow been infected by the zombie virus. So there was kind of a little outcry, a little outrage by the fans that Hank Pym destroyed two universes.
Well, somebody got to do it, and he's smart enough to get the job done. That's how I look at that, you know, because somebody
Yeah,
had to
Yeah, it's
do it.
just crazy. It's
yeah,
just crazy. I just didn't know that the COVID virus existed in, the Pim universe. It's just wild to me.
yeah, man. I mean, Hank Pym probably is the most dangerous person in the MCU in without even knowing it, really. Um, but yeah, this episode was pretty good. The Avengers were immediately infected. I mean, well, the Avengers were immediately infected, and it was yeah, it was quite the irony of this though. Let me show you this image. Okoye was in this particular episode. Now, Okoye is played by the actress Denai Guerrero. Denai Guerrero, of course, is the sword swinging Michonne in the AMC television show The Walking Dead. So, just a little symbolism right there. Uh, also, Marvel Zombies in the comic books themselves were quite popular. Uh, Donnie, you have anything to share on that? You're kind of a comic booker.
I didn't catch that. What was that?
Now, the Marvel Zombies in the comic books were popular. You know.
Oh, there's a couple different iterations. The one I liked and I read the most stuff on was during the secret, like the fourth Secret Wars, when Doctor Doom kind of did the Pangea Earth with all the Marvel universes. That was dope. They basically had the zombie apocalypse happen, and they walled off the zombies. They walled them off, and they kind of had like Night's Watch type situation. So if you pissed anybody off or you got on somebody's bad side, they just throw you over the wall, and you'd have to deal with the zombie apocalypse.
And yeah, and then another possibility I remember was all the Marvel superheroes, including the Hulk, had become zombies, and They just everybody who didn't become zombies, they pretty much just ate and destroyed, including Silver Surfer and Galactus, which was extremely funny to me. Like, but in part to this episode right here, this was also another episode where Chadwick Boseman would make one of his final performances as T'Challa, yeah, which was kind of bittersweet to say the least. And I mean, he was really good in this episode as well.
Well, of course,
Yeah,
he hit a home run with it. He knocked it out the park. But I thought this was a very interesting episode because I kind of like the way they explained the zombie virus coming from the the miniature verse, I guess. But I forget the name of what that's
The
referred to.
quantum realm.
Right, of the quantum realm. So the explanation was kind of cool to me.
yeah,
And then you would have to think if your heroes did get infected, how long would it take them to start infecting everybody else with all the different skills and whatnot they have? So I thought that was an interesting way to take the story.
you know what comes to mind, and clearly, Marvel's not going to do this at this point, but they did a Army of Darkness crossover. I don't know if you guys were familiar with that film. Did you ever watch that?
I am familiar with Army of Darkness. Yeah.
Yeah, they did a
No, I'm
crossover,
not
so
really
they had
familiar.
Ash jump into the Marvel. They had Ash jump into the Marvel universe. Basically, he was fighting Deadites, which were kind of like zombies, but they were evil demons. It was a whole thing. But they brought Ash into this universe in the comics, and I remember that being off the chain. Um, but no, this was great for a couple of reasons. You had Spider-Man getting the cape of the Sorcerer Supreme. Doctor Strange, Spider-Man was flying around with that cape like he did in the movie. That was kind of dope, in my opinion. And then you had the well, I guess we would just drop it in there. The introduction of Vision and Vision being crazy as hell.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Scarlet Witch had got infected, and of course, Vision couldn't let her go. So, what he kept doing, he kept feeding her folks. You know, part by part. But one thing that with Marvel comes amazement. You do have survivors of the attacks. One was Scott Lang, Ant Man. He was just a head, and he was pretty funny in it. He kept making little head jokes and everything. And T'Challa survived as well. He lost a limb, but it was he was able to survive being attacked as well. Um, but yeah, they apparently by the end of the episode they took the Mind Stone, like his Vision had ripped it out of his own head to give it to them to try to find a way to reverse the virus. Now, one thing that I did find really cool about the episode is that the zombified heroes retain their abilities. So
Yeah, it was
yes,
on a Romero type, like Day of the Dead.
yeah,
They kind
yeah,
of had a little bits of their part personality left in there, so they were using their abilities. I thought that was crazy. I also like the World War Z aspect of it, where they flew into Wakanda.
Yeah, that
uh,
was kind of dope. And I actually like what they did with Vision. To see Vision set up a trap to bring humans just to feed his girl, that was a very interesting take on my part. So, Vision, who was worse, Hank or Vision? Because that was diabolical.
yeah, and
Well, you know
also
what? Vision don't. I always give it. Vision don't quite know better. Vision is always new to, like, in terms of the MCU, he's only what, a year old or something like that. So I mean, I kind of give it to Vision because Vision still is learning.
yeah, he's having very very human experiences, especially with the whole falling in love with Scarlet Witch in the first place, which does happen in the regular possibility. But one thing that I really did find interesting was Thanos was zombified and he had the Infinity Gloves. So it's like if he'd have got that last stone, you know, could have went a little nuts with it.
So
But
That blew my mind. Who was strong enough to bite Thanos and actually pinch the flesh? Was it the Hulk who bit him? Like, who bit Thanos?
No, no, no. Now you remember the Hulk? He Banner got bit by a zombie, but the Hulk transformed in that spot to prevent Banner from getting infected. So could not have been the Hulk. But it
Right.
was. I mean, if Hank Pym just came out of the quantum realm and infected everyone on Earth, how was it that far-reaching already? So I do get it. Maybe uh maybe the zombified. He got back the zombified Black Order guys. You remember because the Ebony Maw and Cull Obsidian was attacked at the very beginning by zombified Avengers.
Oh, so Ebony Maw's dentures came out and got him. Okay.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, but all in all, yeah, this was a great episode. It was really cool to see a zombified. Since the zombie genre, is a very popular genre in entertainment. It was cool to see Marvel's take on it, and especially doing. It was perfect for doing it in the What If series. Seeing a zombified Cap go against living Bucky, and it was a lot of dead ones. Like Falcon was dead. That was kind of Bucky was disappointed that he had to kill his friend. Kind of. So, I mean, cool, very very cool episode, very cool look. It is one of the things that one of the episodes that really made me enjoy the animated series as a whole. Um, so yeah, it's a pretty good episode.
And honestly, I'm very interested to see what's next. I want to see what happens with Thanos now that he's a zombie. So even if they decide to further it, I definitely want to see where they would go with that because that just made one interesting story. A Titan as a zombie, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, everybody can get it. He's an Eternal. I mean, come on now. If they get the Eternals, imagine if they got the planet. What's the planet name? Star Lord's father.
Ego.
Ego. What if they got Ego? Ego was just went around
Ooh,
biting other planets.
ooh, yeah, and then it'd have been a
Now
zombie
you got
versus real
Galactus. Is Galactus gonna get got? Yeah, it's crazy.
craziness. So, all right, well, that's pretty much our reaction to the fifth installment of the What If Disney series. Zombies. What do you think? Let us know in the comment section. If that's not anything else from Roger and Donnie, anything else, fellas?
Nah, it was a great episode. Great episode. Great episode.
Yes, was a joy. Y'all tune in for more Black Dimension.
All right, and with that being said, all of you have been pulled into the Black Dimension. Good luck finding your way out. Till next time.